Welcome back, VA user. In today's session, we are going to cover accounting schema. And some of the versions of the VA, it is also known as accounting works. So, what's basically the accounting schema? So, the accounting schema is nothing but it refers to a set of rules and configuration that define how financial accounting is organized and managed within the VA system. It serves as a framework for linking the chart of account, defining posting controls, specifying accounting rules, and defining base currency and linking the default codes. So it is one of the area that you can call it as heart of Vienna when we are talking about the financial management into the Vienna Advantage, because that is the particular place which identifies which are going to be the costing methods, costing levels, which is going to be the accounting dimensions, which are going to be the chart of account, what are all the default codes would be utilized, and some of the conditions are there at this particular window. Like if you don't want to post the PO variances, so there would be a control available here that you don't want to post the PO variances. Okay. Similarly, if you don't want to post the intercompany, there is a control available at this particular window not to post intercompany. So such a kind of controls are available at this particular window. So let's move on to the system and we'll see what's basically the accounting schema or the accounting book. Okay. So I'm at my landing page. We just need to search the accounting schema at this window. So if you are using a different version, then you just need to search the accounting book. So here is the accounting schema. Okay. Now at the level of the accounting schema, you would be able to see the various things here where the name is defined, and the accounting schema gets generated as a result of the tenant generation process. But we need to set up the other remaining things. Okay. So by default, you would be see where the gap, that is generally accepted accounting principles. So there are certain values would be there. So it is an informative field. You just need to set it up whatever is feasible for your organization. You select it here. Thereafter, there is a commitment type. So into the VA system, there is a commitment postings also available for the budgeting, or you can say it is encumbrance accounting. Okay. So if you want to enable the PO posting, the sales order posting, the vendor RMA posting, the customer RMA, the requisitions, then you just need to select commitment and reservation or the commitment only. Okay. So you would be able to define your commitment type accordingly. I don't want to use this, so I'm just selecting none. Thereafter, the costing method. Yes, I want to choose a different costing method instead of the standard costing, since standard costing will be utilized by the manufacturing units most of the time, but I just want to use the weighted average cost, that is the weighted average invoice. Okay, so I just selected my costing method as weighted average cost. Thereafter, I want my costing level should be organization based instead of client based, because if you select the client based, it means if you have multiple legal entities, then the cost for the product remains common for all the other legal entity as well, even all the legal entities used to purchase the item. So I don't want so. I want that which organization is procuring a certain inventory at which rate or which cost. I just want to trace it up. That's why I will set my costing level as organization. Okay. By default, there is a costing type, so you need not to do anything. You just need to select your currency. So my base currency is INR. So I will select my base currency INR. So I will say INR. Then if you don't want to post the PO variances, as I have mentioned, then you just need to check on this. I don't want to post the PO variances. So I will check on this. Thereafter, I want to post intercompany if I have some other organization. So automatic period control is here one of the important thing. If you have the automatic period control is off, it means you want to check your periods basically, whether the period is open or not. So I will uncheck this. The reason behind, I want that while processing a certain transaction, the system will check my periods instead to check the history and the feature dates here. Okay, if I will check on this, then my transaction lies between this range, then the system will not check the period whether it is opened or not open. Okay, so I will uncheck this, and I think rest of the things are all well. The account localization, I just need to link it up because this is the rules that needs to be executed while posting a certain transaction. So I just link this. I will save and say okay. Now next is for which organization it would be this accounting schema is applicable for. So it is applicable for my all the accountings, all the organizations. So I will select this. So here you would be able to see this is the setup I did, which are all the accounting dimensions required. So by default 4 accounting dimensions came as a result of the generation process. So organization is all well. Now you can see there is no chart of account is linked. So I just need to link my chart of account. So ABC, and there is a code called default. So I will link a default code here and I will save. If I want to enable further, then I would be able to enable further. So for the product, it is standard is available. I just need to link this. Then with the next one, I just need to move on. The business partner standard is linked. If you want to enable certain other dimensions, so these are all the dimensions would be there. We'll discuss about the user element, the other dimensions as well later on. Right now, we are going to set up these 4 dimensions as mandatory dimension. So once it is done, then I need to move on to the general ledger and I need to link my some default codes. These are the codes that would be utilized and utilized by the system while posting, like the retained earning, the income summary, intercompany due to, intercompany due from. PPV offset nowadays not used by the system, so it is a mandatory field. We just need to link it up. Similarly, the commitment offset, we just need to link it up, but it is not mandatory. Okay, so let's move on. And if I want that balancing in case there is no rule is matching, but still I want to post a certain voucher, and the voucher has to post with the suspense balances is okay, and I just need to say okay. Now click here and we'll link our suspense balancing code. Okay, so here is the star. I just want to use the star since I wanted that if some other organization would come, then I need not to define it once again. Okay, and system even not allows you to define again here. Okay, then I just want to do the currency balancing. So I will move on here and I will search currency balancing. So let me link it here. Organization is star. Then I will move on to the retained earning, star. So, okay, save, okay. So let me quickly link it up all these. Now I have linked all the ledger codes. You would be able to see unrealized gain and loss presently is not functional, would get functional later on. Okay, so you would be able to see the general ledgers are generated here. Okay, now we just need to link the default accounting. The default accounting report presently is not functional. So let's see how we can link the default account with our accounting book. Okay, either you can do it, the first way is I will go and I will search, select, and I will enter the name. Okay, and I can do it one by one manually, or the other way out is you can open the COA form once again, and at this particular level click on this icon and select your accounting schema. Your chart of account and the other things gets populated automatically by the system. In case not, it means your chart of account is not binding with the accounting schema. So it is important to bind your chart of account first. Okay. Now, in case your localization is not linked, you would be able to select here from the drop down, because we did the linkage with the accounting schema, so it is there. And then you will say auto link. Okay. Now, how this auto link is, again, there is a logic defined at the level of the account default windows. So we'll discuss when we will define the accounting rules. Okay. So there would be a certain video we'll prepare and will showcase how this auto linkage will happen. Now, if I will refresh this, you will see most of my ledger codes gets linked. Wherever the ledger code is not linked, we just need to link them manually, since at the level of the accounting default, it is not properly binded. Okay, so I will say okay, and now move on to the accounting book and we'll refresh here. You would be able to see all the accounts gets linked automatically, and rest you just need to do the linkage yourself manually wherever it is empty. Okay, so that is how you would be able to set up your accounting book into the Vienna Advantage. Let us know in case if you have any kind of doubts regarding setting up the accounting book or the accounting schema. We'll for sure give you the answers on that. Till then, bye bye.